Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I would show you something real new I built, and this is a high gravity SV miner. So I haven't had much time to work on the Creel space station too much, so I got a little bit done, but not really enough to show. But I did. I wanted to get some things built for season 4, some stuff I'd like to use in game. So this is something that I've been talking about for a while that I just have not had as a SV high gravity miner, and that's kind of what this is all about. Now it's a little dude. It's really small ship. It has a lot of function in it though. To go over some of the specs, obviously you got your 6 mining drills or your laser drills for the SVs, 4 Gatling guns, 2 minigun turrets. It does have a warp core. It does have a shield. Not the heavy shield, just the light shield. And it's very thrusty. It's got 4 of these, one of these 5 by or 4 by 2 thrusters for lift, and 2 each for strafing. You got 2 in reverse, and then you got 4 forward, and then you got 2 down as well. So that's all it's using is these bigger thrusters. Now, other things that it has is it obviously has fuel. It has a small shield, and that's actually right behind where these CPU blocks are over here. It does have O2, armor locker, Wi-Fi, Pentaxa tanks up in the ceiling, trauma station, cargo box, main core there, fridge, and then it has a ammo controller and harvest controller. So harvest controller is 32K, and the ammo controller is 1625. I kind of wanted to get the ammo controller a little higher, but I think I've pretty close to maxed out what I can do on this size ship for how it's configured with storage. It's pretty small. Here, let me fly this around a bit here. So currently, well, here, let me get the HUD on too. Currently, I do have the shield on. Attacks it. It's got O2 inside. That's already checked. CPU-wise, it's running about 35,000 out of 39,000. So that's running 1 basic, 2 improved, and 2 advanced cores to get to this number here in Reforged Eden. It does have a spotlight as well. But like flying around, well, I'm unloaded obviously in creative, but it is super fast. It almost feels like I'm flying around in like vanilla. But it's supposed to be fast, obviously, because of the gravity situation, things like that. Oh, I don't have any ammo. But yeah, I can be mining. I can be charging the shield all at once. It's got 3 advanced small generators in here, the 1x3 generators. And yeah, 32K harvest storage, and enough ammo storage, I think, for the weaponry on it. It's again, it's not made for combat. It's just you know, if you got to deal with some drones in your area or whatever, you've got the option here. So let me park it over by all these other ships here a minute, and kind of get an idea on its size in comparison, at least, to some of the other smaller SVs that I made. So it's a little bigger than the MX2, probably a similar size to the MX3, a little smaller than the MX4. And these are all pretty small SVs over here. So then I got the Aurora in here too, which is a little bigger than most of these other ones, I think. But that kind of gives you an idea on where it fits with its size. Now, it's not the prettiest thing in the world. I kind of think the front end looks neat, but I don't know. But again, this thing is like a flying cargo extension, really. It's got some steel blocks on the hull in some places, like down in this area over here. I literally couldn't connect any cargo extensions here if I wanted to, so this is all steel, little steel around the sides there. But a lot of these, some of these blocks in here are also cargo extensions, so it's just what I had to do to hit that kind of storage on a ship this size, and have an interior. So a little bit of playing around with it, but hopefully it'll work. I did want to try this out in season 3, but I'll probably get that released probably this weekend coming up. All I really got to do is paint it and a little bit of testing, but I think spec-wise I should be pretty good for what it was intended to do. Looking at its numbers here, you got 106 forward thrust, 106 lift thrust, 53 strafing, 53 reverse, and 53 down. So the thrust is pretty matched. Obviously, lift and forward has the double thrust power basically, and everything else is just running 2 per direction. These have 4. Excuse me, 4. So yeah, that is about it. Oh yeah, and about all I had to show today. Yeah, I know. Next week I should have a lot more time, hopefully, to work on things. This week's been very, very hectic for getting any Empyrion time, and very little building time. But I'm kind of excited about this new little one here. One thing I haven't quite decided. Okay, so it's got an unlock level of 20 on it. It obviously is going to use some Estrium and Zachosium as well. It's probably due to the either the drills, the shield, or the warp core that's on this thing. So I could remove. Let's see if this makes any difference. Like if I pull the warp core out, does that? Nah, it keeps it at still 20. It's probably the shield, and the shield, unfortunately, I got crammed into the wall back here, and I wanted to have it visible. It's right over here. This thing is so tight, though. It is just extremely tight. So I don't have the shield visible because I had to put like CPU cores in front of it. And if I get out of God mode here too and take a quick walk around the inside as I'm flying, what's going on? Why am I not moving? I don't know what's going on now. I just walked through this a minute ago. Okay, out of God mode. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can walk through it. I don't know why it was, maybe I got out of God mode half in a block or something. But yeah, you can actually get through the interior of this, and then you've got all your stuff inside here, your O2, armor locker, Wi-Fi, Pentaxid, all this trauma station, cargo box, fridge, 32K harvest controller, and a 1625 ammo controller on it. So yeah, it's got everything it wants. It would be neat to have a first-person cockpit view, but there's 2 problems with that on this build, especially. Well, one is the ongoing problem that they just don't have the hit points needed, and this has like 1,800 hit points, which is way, way better. And it's got a great view too, but having all these drills, which are not airtight around that area, there's no way I could pull this off having a glass cockpit situation in here. It'd be too hard to seal it with the drills. They would be in the way, or I'd have to recess it all the way back to like over here and lose all the rest of the room in this ship. So I pretty much had to just go with a prefab cockpit. This one I think is fitting though. I like the idea that it's kind of got the open on the bottom area there. I haven't really, I put a couple blocks in front here, but I don't know if it, I don't like the square edges right here. I'm trying to figure out what I could put there that might look better than what I got there right now, but I didn't want to block the view either, so. But yeah, other than that, it's certainly one of the in Reforged, even for an SV I made, I gotta say that I think this one is the fastest SV I made. The Aurora was supposed to be pretty quick, but it is a bigger ship, and it's actually running less thrust power than this ship does. So it has a lot less storage though too, and it wasn't really made for high gravity stuff like that. Anyway, I wanted to show you this and see what you thought of it. And can I undo that? Yeah, there's the shield back. I'll probably just keep it the way it is, all loaded up with stuff. Unless you think it would be a good idea to try to strip it down a little bit. on some of the parts to get it to unlock quicker and maybe not need the Stream and Zecosium. Now, one alternative option with any SV miner would be to replace the drills with the harvesting drills, so you could rip apart a POI with it as well. And now I couldn't really put both sets of drills on the same creation. It's possible, I'm sure. It's just, yeah, I don't really have the room on here unless I took drastic steps and like try to mount more drills here, but then that's going to blow the CPU up a lot more too. So yeah, I don't know about that one. I'll probably just keep it as a miner, but even in game though, if I really need a harvester, could actually pull out the drills here and replace them with the harvesting and do that function as well. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video to show you what I've been working on, and hopefully next week again I'll have just more time. I got to put a lot more time into that Creel POI space station, but I'm trying to prioritize some things too, and I wanted to have some new creations for season 4. Stuff that might come in handy, like the recent transit H2 cargo CV or micro cargo CV, that could come in handy. I think this could come in handy for being a good or a miner, pretty full functioned small SV miner that isn't trying to break the bank. But yeah, I think with the 32K storage in there, it should be pretty good with what it can do, and the big time thrust power on here too. It just needed a lot, especially if I want this to be high gravity worthy. I'll have to test that. I don't think it's going to have a problem, but I'll test it and see. Anyway, you all have yourself a good day, and I will talk to you later.